Is the screen visible now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
It
Yes,
is.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the point that as I was making was that initially when VC Calc was invented, that was the major reason behind the sales of Apple computers. And the first industry that benefited from spreadsheet or that actually used spreadsheets is the finance and accounting industry, where financial analysts and accountants started using those softwares. So spreadsheets are not just calculating machines. Here you can play with ideas, examine ideas from a qualitative perspective. Using spreadsheets, one can model future, play around with different decisions, different assumptions about how business scenarios might unfold, and think with numbers. So this is the key word: think with numbers. So if you are doing business, whatever is the nature of the business, you can analyze that business in terms of numbers, using numbers, or you can think in terms of numbers using spreadsheet softwares. Uh, is the now different sheet is visible on your screen? Can you
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes,
sir.
see?
sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
What is written on your screen? Please read.
What are
What are
models?
Your
models?
What
model.
are
Mental
models?
model?
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. So spreadsheets can be basically used for models, isn't it? So that is why the title of the this course is also models. So models are of different types. In simple words, models are uh, uh, are the depiction of the reality in some visible, in some visible and easy format, representation of the reality. So one of the model is mental model. So a decision making process we conduct in our heads. तो जैसे हमको अगर लगता है कि in any we all have different types of mental models in our mind. कि suppose uh, that there is another term for that also, that is called heuristics. Heuristics. ह्यूरिस्टिक्स ये है कि सपोज अगर कोई लंबा है तो वो ऐसा होगा, या अगर कोई शॉर्ट हाइट का है तो ही विल बी ऑफ दिस नेचर. अगर कोई स्पीक अगर किसी का वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन गुड नहीं है तो वो ऐसा होगा. फर्स्ट इम्प्रेशन जो हम बनाते हैं किसी को देख के, जो है कोई दिखने में अच्छा है तो वो हो सकता है बात करने में भी अच्छा होगा, या कोई बात करने में अच्छा है तो वो हो सकता है कि अच्छा इंसान भी होगा. तो दीज आर मेंटल मॉडल्स. So that is also a kind of model that we are processing the information in our head, and uh, uh, and if we present that model in the form of some visual format, like for example in the form of diagram, in the form of graphics, that is an example of visual model. A model in which graphics or diagrams are used to convey real objects or situations. Examples are a map or graph. So if we are depicting some real situation or some real object, for example, solar system. So solar system is a reality. There are one sun and there are 7 planets and there are moon, etc. So that is a reality, that is a real object. And if we are drawing that in the form of in the form of on a paper, on a sheet, so that is a visual model. Then there is physical model, a model in which physical objects are used to represent the real objects or situation, usually on a smaller scale. Examples are model cars, model buildings. So model building can be designed, model cars can be designed. Model car is not for actual use, it is just a prototype, just an example for the purpose of displaying, for the purpose of depicting the reality, the real object. So it's not for actual use, but it's just for representation or presentation. Then there are mathematical models, a model in which quantitative relationships are used to represent a real situation or phenomena. An example is a weather prediction model. Mathematical model basically are those models that establish a relationship, quantitative relationship between two variables. For example, weather prediction model. We have a series of weather weather variables like temperature, humidity, and maybe some other variables. So if we are establishing some quantitative relationship, for example, if today the average average temperature was this, and so what will be the temperature tomorrow? So if we are preparing a model like this that can predict the future temperature, that is called a weather prediction model. So weather prediction model is a mathematical model. So there are different types of mathematical models that are used to predict different types of variables, different types of economic variables. So that is also an example. And mathematical models are also implemented in spreadsheets. As far as visual model is concerned, graphs and diagrams can also be, depicted in spreadsheets. Physical model, of course, cannot be, depicted using spreadsheets because they are physical. And then there are spreadsheet models. If a mathematical model is implemented in the form of computer spreadsheet, we call that a spreadsheet model. So if there is a model, y is equal to a plus bx, and if we are depicting that model and implementing that model in a spreadsheet, the term for that is spreadsheet model. Model a purposeful representation of the key factors in a situation and the relationship among them. So if we are identifying the key variables in a particular situation and establishing and depicting the relationship among them, that can be termed as model. So in any model, these are some basic, this is a basic structure of any mathematical model. There are some variables that are called input variables. And then some processing is performed on those inputs. And as a result, output is generated. Output is created or generated. And the input variables can be divided into two categories. One type of input variable is called controllable inputs, or another term for that is decision variables. And another type of input is that we call that uncontrollable input, on which we don't have any control. So if a particular output, there may be some input that we can change, and then we can take some other inputs as granted, as we don't have any control over those inputs. So those inputs are called parameters. But if there are certain inputs that we can change, and that is controllable, those variables are called decision variables. For example, pricing is a particular area in marketing where prices of the products are fixed. So how much price we should fix for our product is in our hand, is controllable. So prices are a controllable input, and output is profit. So if we change your price from this much to that much, how it will impact the profits, or maybe output can be in the form of sales. And uncontrollable input, say for example demand. So we have some calculations, and we know that at whatever price the demand will be same. So one input, for example demand, can be taken as fixed, and another input, that is price, can be changed. I mean, the situation can be any. I mean, if we analyze any situation, so this will be the basic structure, that there will be some inputs and then some processes will be performed on those inputs, and as a result, output will be generated. So this is an example of basic mathematical model. And spreadsheets are used for implementing such kinds of models, where there are several inputs and an output is required to be generated. So basic steps in order to develop an effective spreadsheet model is the first step. I mean, there is actually modeling is not a science. It's an art, or maybe combination of science and art, but it's not 100% science. So you have because there is scope for creativity, there is scope for customization. Every person will model in different ways. The same situation is same, but different people may apply different kind of modeling. So that is why it's an art instead of science, because science is exact and art is not exact. And in art there is scope for creativity and customization, but in science it's it's 2 + 2 is 4. It cannot be 5. So ironically, the first step is to switch off your computer and draw a picture to better understand the situation. So first we have to visualize the situation. We have to identify the uncontrollable input, the decision variables, and we have to decide on the outputs. What is our output? We have to first decide what is our input, what is our output, and what is the relationship between different inputs. What is the processes that we have to perform? Define the logic necessary to transform the inputs into outputs. Actually, these are big words, but once actually you will do this, you will see that it's very easy. It's not difficult, because identifying inputs, and some inputs are changeable, some inputs are not changeable. Then you have to define the logic. Logic means what kind of statistical operation or mathematical operation have to be performed. You have to add or subtract or multiply or divide, or you have to take the square or whatever. So you have to define the logic between those variables, the relationship between those variables, to transform those inputs into output. So on paper, sketch out an overall plan for the model. In general, group the inputs together. Determine whether the inputs, intermediate calculations, or outputs will go. There may be several steps involved, so you have to decide on the steps also. There may be some immediate calculation, intermediate calculations, then final calculation will be performed. So plan to highlight the key inputs and outputs to make the model easier to use for what-if analysis. Actually, what-if analysis is very big part of modeling. What-if analysis is a kind of analysis where we try to answer this question. I mean, what if we are analyzing, say for example, profit. So what if cost increases by 10%? What will be the profit? If we increase the price, what will be the impact on the profit? What will be the impact on the sales? What will be the impact on our margin, etc. There are several inputs, for example, labor cost, material cost, marketing cost. So if one cost is increasing, another cost is decreasing. So we can tinker with and play with different variables in inputs. So that is called what-if analysis. So determine the formulas relating the inputs to the intermediate calculations and output. This can be very simple for some models, for example, profit, revenue, expense, or maybe quite complicated. So depending on the situation, depending on the objective, that in some situations the calculation will be very less, but in some situations the calculation may involve several steps also. So So after analyzing and after identifying the variables, the inputs, controllable input and parameters, we can develop a base case. Base case means first we have to develop a base case. Then in that base case we can introduce changes. What if this is the base case, this is the normal case, but what if one particular parameter is changed by certain what will be the impact on the output if it changes. So that is part of what if analysis. But before conducting what if analysis, we have to develop a base case. So group the inputs together logically. It usually helps to use a color coding scheme. So for example, inputs can be written in maybe in black, output can be written in red, or whatever is the color scheme. But the color scheme, whatever the modeler is using, should be consistent, and it should be easily understand. It should be easy for the viewers to understand. So it usually helps to use a color coding scheme so the user can quickly determine what are the inputs and outputs of the model. Break down the intermediate calculations so that each formula is relatively simple. Test the spreadsheet model using trial values. Just put some random numbers and see whether the model calculations are changing or not. So whether the output is changing or not, or if it is changing, is it correct? Our cells are connected with each other. So we have to first verify that using some random numbers. Verify the results by hand. We can calculate manual numbers also, just to verify if our model is correct, if possible. So if you have broken down the intermediate calculations into relatively simple formulas, this step is much easier. Use the model to perform the needed analysis. This may involve a relatively simple calculation, preparation of a chart. Preparation of a chart is also kind of modeling, or more substantial analysis. Two common types of analysis are scenario analysis and sensitivity analysis. Document the model so that others can easily understand it. Indeed, ideal spreadsheet models are almost self-documenting as a result of the way. So whatever we have done in the spreadsheet, whatever processes or steps we have taken in the model, that should be documented. Or we have to write down the steps, that first step we have done this, second step we have done this. So that anybody who looks at that sheet should be able to easily understand what is going on in that sheet. So there should be some self-documentation.
So what do you mean by sensitivity analysis?
We will take another class on that specific topic. I'm just introducing the spreadsheet modeling. Sensitivity analysis is one basic feature in every spreadsheet softwares. We will take up specific cases, specific examples on that. So an ideal spreadsheet model should be correct, should be flexible, should be documented. It should be correct. There should not be any error. There should be flexibility. Flexibility means if there are several inputs, and if we change those inputs, the output should change automatically. The model should incorporate the changes in the input. This is the one of the feature of a good model. A good model should be flexible. It should be able to incorporate changes. Similarly, a good spreadsheet model should be documented. So documented means the steps that the modeler has taken should be written down. So for today, I have taken an example of break-even. What I will do, I will share an Excel sheet with you, and you have to enter your numbers in that spreadsheet software, in that spreadsheet, and save it. And you have to write your name and roll number. And I will share you the link of Google Classroom, and you have to upload that sheet on that Google Classroom. And as far as the evaluation of this course is concerned, I will look at how much how much spreadsheets you have uploaded. So if you have uploaded, I will assume that you have practiced whatever example I have given to you. So this is an example of break-even. Break-even, the concept of break-even is that break-even is a point where there is no profit, no loss. So whenever a business starts, initially it does not make profit. So there comes, after some time, there comes a point where the cost is just equal to sales. So when sales and costs are equal, that point is called break-even. So say for example, this is example on your screen. Relaxo is considering whether to produce a new line of footwear. The company has considered both the processing needs for the new product and market potential. The company also estimated that the variable cost for each product manufactured and sold is 550, and the fixed cost per year is 30 lakhs. The selling price per shoe is 1550 per pair. So we have to calculate the break-even level. How much pair of shoes Relaxo should sell just to break even. So there is a formula for this: fixed price divided by contribution. Fixed price divided by contribution. Fixed cost divided by contribution. Fixed cost is 30 lakhs. Contribution is selling price minus variable cost. So the result comes in the form of units. So let us see how it can be done in the form of spreadsheet. Is the spreadsheet visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are some random variables in these cells. For example, in fixed cost cell, we have 25 lakhs as fixed cost. Variable cost is 550. Sales price is 1500. We can change this. Just to check whether you are listening or not, just to check, my question is, in this situation, what is input?
Variable cost.
Fixed cost and contribution.
25 lakhs.
Contribution will comprise of variable cost and sales price.
All three are input.
25 lakh.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you. So fixed cost is also an input, variable cost is also an input, and sales price per unit is also an input. So all these three are inputs. And the output that we have been asked to calculate is break-even. Break-even in terms of units or in terms of rupees. So we can use, simple formulas. Say for example, whenever we calculate anything in Excel, first the formula starts with an equal sign. First we have to press enter. So after pressing enter, I will select this cell that contains fixed cost. fixed cost that is in B2. Do you understand this cell reference? Why we call this B2?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
every column, okay. Every column is denoted or expressed by alphabets A, B, C, D. First column is A, second column is B, and every row is denoted by numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So B2 means column B, row 2. So this is called reference. So B2 is a reference of a cell. So we have given here the reference of that cell, and we can then we have to divide sales minus variable cost. So this is actually the formula for calculating the break even in terms of units. So after typing this formula, I will press enter. So once I will press enter, the formula will calculate. The calculation will be performed by this spreadsheet software, and the output will be generated. That is 2,632, and this is units. So 2,632. So if we change this value from 25 lakhs to 30 lakhs, then break even is coming out to be 3,158. So this is what when I was using the term flexibility, that if we change the input, the output should automatically change. This is one of the feature of
Spreadsheet software.
Spreadsheet
Flexible model.
Flexible model. What इसमें ये भी हो सकता था कि हम यहाँ पे ऐसा करते कि instead of writing B2, we can write here 30 lakhs, then divided by, some people do like that, but don't do that, like just provide the reference of the cell. B2 divided by, okay. Yes.
सर अगर हम B2 और सेल का नंबर ना लिखकर अगर हम 30,000 और एग्जैक्ट वैल्यूज लिखेंगे तो भी क्या वो फ्लेक्सिबल ही रहेगा?
वो फ्लेक्सिबल इन दिस सेंस नहीं रहेगा कि हम उसके बाद जब चेंज करेंगे फिक्स कॉस्ट तो वो सेम का सेम रहेगा, आउटपुट चेंज नहीं होगा.
यस सर. ओके.
तो मैं अब आपसे ये चाहता हूं कि आई विल शेयर दिस शीट विद यू. जस्ट प्ले विद दिस डेटा, change the fixed cost, change the variable cost, and see the impact on the break even. And there is one more cell just below the break even units, that is break even in terms of rupee. What is this? So this is just the multiplication of number of units multiplied by sales per unit. So sales per unit is in B4, cell B4, and so B4 multiplied by B8. B8 is the break-even point. So this is the amount. So 47,36,842. यानी इतने की सेल होगी तब जाके फर्म ब्रेक इवन होगी. That is the point where the firm will neither make profit nor will make any loss. The same thing यहाँ पे मैंने एक चीज और किया है कि I have prepared a table. In this column, the units are there. Fixed cost, as you know, the name itself is fixed. So ये तो fixed रहेगी, ये change नहीं होगी. Fixed cost is fixed. So 30 lakh for cost will be fixed. और ये है variable cost. So variable cost क्या है? Variable cost per unit is 550. So variable cost multiplied by number of units. See here, I have given the reference of B3 multiplied by B13, and B3 contains variable cost per unit. And you might be seeing $2 sign here. You know what is that $? Can anybody tell?
सर फिक्स हो जाता है कोई एक वैल्यू जिसके आगे डॉलर लगा होता है।
Okay, what's your name?
प्रतीक्षा सिंह।
Pratiksha, yes. So whenever we provide the reference of any cell, the reference is of two types. तो जैसे हमने अभी ऊपर लिखा था B3, B2, so that reference is relative reference. Relative means once we will copy the formula, this cell will change. But in this case, if we are using the dollar sign before B and before 3, the reference will become fixed. How? Because we don't want this B3 to change. तो हम जब इसको कॉपी करेंगे, जैसे हमने यहाँ पे इसको लिख दिया, अब इसको कॉपी करने के लिए यहाँ पे we just need to double click here on the corner. This is the corner. We just need to double click. So once we will double click, the formula will be copied to the whole table, to the whole the column. देखिए यहाँ तक ये कॉपी हो गया अपने आप। अब जैसे मैं इसको ये सबको डिलीट कर दिया मैंने। अब I just need to copy the formula from D13 to D20. So I just need to double click here, and it will calculate the multiplication of the column B13 to B20 and B3. B3 is constant in all of them. Just to check, I'm clicking here. Just see, B3 is here also. B3 is here also. But this first is changing. Here it is B13. In this, it is B14. So B14 is a relative reference, but B3 is a fixed reference. Similarly, total cost has been calculated here. Total cost is nothing but the summation of fixed cost and variable cost. So sum of fixed cost and variable cost is total cost. And the last column is for sales revenue. Sales revenue is the multiplication of sales price per unit multiplied by number of units. So B4 actually contains the unit price. So once we multiply unit price by number of units sold, that gives us sales revenue or revenue. So we can present this data in the form of graph also. Just let us see how that can be done. I will select this data. And total cost data and sales revenue data. After selecting these three columns, I will come to the data tab. No, it's not data tab. Insert. These things are called tabs. The first tab is file, the second tab is home, the third tab is insert. So I have gone to the insert tab. Under the insert tab, you will find several options, several boxes. One box is here for charts. This is charts. So under the charts, I am going to click on recommended charts. So under this category, there are several types of charts that are coming. But maybe some of the charts may be wrong because this is just a software. इसको उतना ही दिमाग है जितना इसको समझाया गया है। तो बहुत सारे चार्ट्स होंगे वो that won't make any sense. तो हमको ऐसा चार्ट बनाना है that should make some sense. So इसमें से मुझे ये दिख रहा है, this is because जो break even है, that is the interaction of total cost and sales revenue. The point where total cost and sales revenue become equal, that point is called break even. So यहाँ पे दोनों का इंटरेक्शन दिख रहा है। तो I have selected this one and then clicked OK and the chart is coming like this. अब यहाँ पे मैं इसको टाइप कर देता हूँ ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट। और ये जो पॉइंट है ना, जहाँ पे रेड लाइन और ग्रीन लाइन, रेड लाइन इज फॉर रेवेन्यू, the blue line is for cost. So the point where cost is interacting or meeting sales revenue line, that point is the point of, this point is the point of break even. तो ये छोटी सी एक्सरसाइज है. I'm going to share this this sheet with you. You have to perform this and you have to prepare this break-even point also, and change some random numbers in the place of fixed cost and number of units, etc. And after doing that, write your name and roll number, and you have to upload that sheet on Google Classroom. Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Sir, I have a
yes,
question.
sir.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
सर ऐसे कितने, क्योंकि एक डेटा का एक ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट बनेगा जो भी हम डिसाइड करेंगे, हमें ऐसे कितने डेटाज लेने होंगे? एनी आइडिया अबाउट दैट?
Just take any one random number.
One. Okay. Okay, sir.
One.
Not a table, only just only one data, उसी का ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट बनाना है.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
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 Thank you,
सर ये सबमिट कब तक करना है? एंड
Yes, sir.
इफ आई
Please,
मे आस्क,
टाइम बता दीजिए प्लीज.
सबमिट आप आज क्लास हुई है तो आज ही कर दीजिए, रोज का काम.
Sir, please give us a little time because it's a little complicated.
तो ऐसा कि नेक्स्ट क्लास होने से पहले आपका जो पहली क्लास का जो असाइनमेंट है वो कंप्लीट होना
जी
चाहिए.
सर.
Okay, thank you
Okay,
so much.
sir. Okay,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.